Actively I'm tracking apparitions in my veins. Check my swing, ghost writers, I'm a lefty. Y'all brag about your flow, I'm ghost riding on a jet ski. Don't test me. Switch it up, Mickey Mantle in his prime. In the Bronx, dropping bomb after bomb like a B-29 on a Nagasaki dome. No tattoos, I bear arms. Spill your sake on these balls. EARs like Tawagachi. Hips track Kawasaki. Spin your wheel, that's Yamasaki. Do the math, I'm Fibonacci. Use zeros, I'm the one. One trigger, 2 bullets, 3 millimeters. 5 bullies lay dead. That means 2 I snap with a strap. That's no cap. Whoever sees this and subscribes right now will get a free bar. Alcohol not included. What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox Hill, and we're back with our reaction series. So today, man, today's a big day. It's a big day. It's also a very worrying day because we have King Los on deck. Now listen. I have been doing some injustice to a fellow MD artist, man. I have known about King Los for a long time, but I have not given him the platform that he definitely deserves. A man is crazy lyrical. He's super talented, so I thought, you know what? Let's make some history on the channel. Let's bring King Los to the channel for the first time ever, and let's do his LA Leakers freestyle. But before we go any further, guys, I'm going to give a quick shout out to the song in the intro. If you guys like that, yes, I'm a rapper myself. There's a good chance you like my breakdowns, the way that I think about music. You'll probably like my music as well. I have a new album, Chaos Series, 20 tracks, blood, sweat, and tears, heart and soul. If you want to support me and support the channel directly, I'll put that link below. But anyways, get the Advil out. King Los, step up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, LA Leakers, just incredible sour milk.
You know that, man. One of the best to ever do it. And after this freestyle, might just be claimed the best to ever do it.
Ooh.
Man, listen. B-More's in the building.
Oh, he's got the mason jar.
Oh, no. When King Los calls,
Ravens.
The only question is,
what you know about the 410? All my Maryland people in the building, comment down below. The only thing about that statement I can't agree with, though, is the Ravens, because I am from PG County. Now, people think the Redskins play in D.C. Nah, they play in MD. They play in PG. So I got to stay true to the home team. But besides that, yeah, King Los time, man.
410. When King Los calls,
Ravens.
The only question is, or the response is, say when.
Yeah, exactly.
Say when.
He said the Baltimore Ravens sent him here today.
Yeah, I appear in courtesy of the Ravens.
Okay.
West Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
man.
did.
Oof.
We just gonna jump right in it like this?
Get right to it, Los.
We just gonna do it like that?
People what they
I don't
wanna
even
see.
get up. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Like, everyone else they bring on, like, they get to talk a little bit and do some type of intro. King Los is like, no, we're not even waiting. Just play the music and get into what you do.
To it, Los.
We just gonna do it like that?
People what they
I don't
wanna
even get
see.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. Okay, that's crazy. Look,
Do it.
Let me talk to him then, Sour Milk.
Talk
Do
to
it.
him.
Look, they say it never come to fruition unless the vision is crafted. My drive is relentlessly, repetitiously mastered. Progress.
They say it never come to fruition unless the vision is crafted. Fruition, vision. Here always got the internal schemes and then the afted on the end scheme as well. I mean, already coming through with the complex multi-syllable rhyme schemes and the smooth flow over this soulful beat. Let's get it,
Unless the
Los.
vision is crafted. My drive is relentlessly, repetitiously mastered. Progress is positive, pessimism is backward. Since failure ain't attractive, my next decision was drastic. I made it out of pitfalls strictly due to my
I mean, hear that. The first 4 lines, he carries through that internal, hitting the 2 multi-syllable flows in the middle, and then hitting the end rhyme scheme as well. It's just so smooth, man. This man is just on another level with the schemes, the wordplay, everything he
drive
does.
is relentlessly, repetitiously mastered. Progress is positive, pessimism is backward. Since
Progress is positive, pessimism is backwards. He's even playing off of the alliteration with the P sound.
relentlessly, repetitiously mastered. Progress is positive, pessimism is backward. Since failure ain't attractive, my next decision was drastic. I made it out of pitfalls strictly due to my passion. Supreme intellect, not to mention wisdom to match it. Name another nigga that put up 50 at practice. This shit is magic, even my exhibition is classic.
Put up 50 at practice. This shit is magic, like Magic Johnson putting up 50 at practice. Did he say even my exhibition? Hang
Nigga
on.
that put up 50 at practice. This shit is magic, even my exhibition is classic.
Even like my scrimmages will go down in history as classics. Even when I'm just practicing, I'm still putting up like 50 points on the board with the double metaphors, with just the schemes and everything that I do. That's nice, man. That's a flex and a half right there.
Another nigga that put up 50 at practice. This shit is magic. Even my exhibition is classic. Funny, I ain't end up broke like you predicted. It's 1,000 niggas like you. No need to be too specific. I outmaneuver goofies like you.
There's 1,000 like you. Don't need to be too specific. That's a great way just to address the hate. Like, no, I'm not going to give you your clout pass. I'm not going to give you your shine because there's too many like you out there. You thought I'd be broke? Well, here I am winning. And I love kind of his measured delivery. Like, he'll drop a line and he's just got a nice sense of where to pause and kind of where to let things sink in. Like, no, Los in his style reminds me of, like the wordplay and the punchlines of battle rappers. Like, they'll clock in, they'll let it breathe. They'll let you process what they're doing, then they'll move on to the next thing. But this man is not just a battle rapper.
Practice, this shit is magic. Even my exhibition is classic. Funny, I ain't end up broke like you predicted. It's 1,000 niggas like you. No need to be too specific. I outmaneuver goofies like you with a few decisions. When the proof is missing, you get reduced to a euphemism. Shit, the truth is wicked.
When the proof is missing, you get reduced to a euphemism. A euphemism saying, like, instead of when someone died, he passed away, you try to water it down. So basically, it's just going to bring up bad memories of what Los did to you. So you're going to be turned into a euphemism. Think about what he just said there and how he just flipped that whole scheme and rhyme, man. I mean, his intellect is it's on another level.
You with a few decisions, when the proof is missing, you get reduced to a
This
euphemism.
flow.
Shit, the truth is wicked. I just threw a surprise party at a see-through mansion, my nigga. I'm stupid gifted. This voodoo mixed with...
I just threw a surprise party at a see-through mansion. How can you throw a surprise party when the mansion is see-through? Think about it. Think about it. What's that do for your mind, people?
Threw a surprise party at a see-through mansion, my nigga. I'm stupid gifted. This voodoo mixed with clear struggle and sheer hustle. I'm trying to...
And again, it's the way that he sets up his punchlines. Like, this is... Let me
Through
point this
mansion,
out.
my nigga. I'm stupid gifted. This... I just threw a surprise party at a see-through...
I just threw a surprise party. See how he has that pause? And he comes up in the cadence and he just lets it sink in for a second. So he hasn't finished the line, but he's setting up the punchline so well. He just has that little pause. You're thinking, all right, surprise party at a see-through mansion? I'm stupid gifted. Yeah, just very smooth and very good control in the delivery.
Reduced to a euphemism, shit, the truth is wicked. I just threw a surprise party at a see-through mansion, my nigga. I'm stupid gifted. This voodoo mixed with clear struggle and sheer hustle. I'm trying to stretch ham, string me too long and I tear muscle. Nigga, where was you when we was...
I'm trying to stretch ham. Hard as a motherfucker going ham. Stretching ham like a hamstring. When you stretch your hamstring, you tear a muscle like playing a sport. He's stretching it out, stretching hands, like stretching out his gifts and what he's doing.
When sheer hustle, I'm trying to stretch.
It's gonna be a
hands,
long
string me
one.
Too long and I tear muscle. Nigga, where was you when we was down and we slaved in kitchens? With my homie putting cut on that bird like it's Cajun chicken. I'm amazing, they parade by my...
We were slaving in kitchens, putting cut on that bird, on that cocaine, chopping it up, right? Cutting that bird like it's Cajun. Los is from B-More. All right, if y'all don't know about Bodymore, y'all don't know about Bodymore, but he just talks in the conditions and the place that he's from and the things that he saw in his life and where he arose from.
The hustle, I'm trying to stretch ham, string me too long and I tear muscle. Nigga, where was you when we was down and we slaved in kitchens? With my homie putting cut on that bird like it's Cajun chicken.
Yeah.
I'm amazing, they parade, but my crown wasn't made to fit him. You got signed off my signature style, that's plagiarism. I'm Miyagi with it, try to...
My crown wasn't made to fit him because he's King Los. You got signed off of his signature style, his signature. When you are biting someone's signature, you're plagiarizing what they do, but you're plagiarizing King Los's style and what he's perfected. So literally, like, he signed it for you.
Was it made to fit him? You got signed off my signature style, that's plagiarism.
Woo.
I'm Miyagi with it, try to kick it like I could kick it. You just begging to get back.
Why, son? Why yourself? You want to kick it like the Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi? Kick it with
Style, that's plagiarism. I'm Miyagi with it. Try to kick it like I could kick it. You just begging to get buried alive. But I could dig it, shit, cock the biscuit. Map his block out.
What is this? This is going to be like pause line, pause line, pause line, pause. Fuck, Los, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I definitely see a sexy chicken coming in this video. But burying you, right? I can dig it. I can literally dig your grave and bury you alive or get with the program like I'm feeling it. I can dig it. Nice double. Double on doubles, man.
Cock the biscuit. Map his block out and plot a visit. I'm in a Honda Civic with lip stickers. I watch him visit. Plot and listen. Get close enough that I could kiss him. Since he pessimistic, I ain't run into my optimism.
Oh, man.
Come on.
I just want to walk away from this camera right now and not do this anymore. Since he pessimistic, run in on his optimism. He will not miss the op, his opponent. He won't miss because he's been plotting this. He plotted where he's living with the lip stickers. He got close enough to kiss him. Get it? Like the lipstick. Kiss of the gun. Kiss of death that King Los is bringing to you right now. And then opposite of pessimism is optimism, staying positive, but also ops to miss him. He won't miss him because he's planned this. He's plotted this. This is premeditated. And he's close enough now to deal his damage. Wow. Who thinks like that? And again, check this out. Check this out.
I ain't run into my optimism.
Hear that? He just pauses. This is what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, you could have great punchlines. You could have just great lyrical ability. But if you don't have a feel of the track in terms of letting things breathe and letting the listener catch up with you, and it's just having that little bit of charisma with those punches to really let them sink in and just, they hit harder when you do things like this. And Los is just, he's a master at this with his delivery. And even though he's so advanced and his intellect is just like alien status, he's still, you can still keep up with him because he's so clever in how he writes and where he chooses to breathe and how he just comes through with his delivery and charisma. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Los.
Come on, man.
King Los.
Come on, man.
That was a ridiculous bar.
They want that old thing back, yeah. What else we got, baby?
Oh, shook
Come on,
ones.
LA Leakers show, man.
Let's
We're
go.
gonna be fully prepared.
Look,
King Los, LA Leakers.
man.
Mob deep in this bitch.
Look, everybody in the 410.
Yeah.
Because also, this beat was used on 8 Mile, the final battle of 8 Mile. And Eminem starts it off. Everybody from the 313, throw your motherfucking hands up and follow me. So King Los coming through. Everybody from the 410. I like that.
Look, everybody in the 410.
But the original song is Shook Ones.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
That was just
Yeah.
a warm up. That was just
Beat is so iconic.
look. To hip-hop, I'm Socrates. I'm top 5 in the 5th spot to mockery. The 5th pop, you do the Macarena or get rocked like Slipknot's discography. You click...
Right. He's a philosopher coming through with the Socrates bars. He's top 5. But the 5th spot is a mockery, so there's no way he's going to be 5. He's up there higher than that, the way that he puts it. I love how he flips on that. And then the 5th pop, like the Colt 4-5, Colt 4-5. But he just said the 5th pop, playing off a pop into the rock scheme genres of music will make him rock. Like it will rock you. The 5th will pop and it will rock you. Like Slipknot, a rock group in their discography. Think about just like the Lego pieces mentally that he just put together to connect that whole sequence.
The 5th pop, you do the Macarena or get rocked like Slipknot's discography.
Oh yeah, and then obviously the Macarena. What's that do for your life? But also pop, Macarena, into the rock.
You click watching me, hoping I stumble. Your bitch watching me, you know it's a jungle. She like lions, not liars, nigga. I figured you'd be slow to rebuttal.
Your bitch watching me, you know it's a jungle. She like lions, not liars. Playing off a line, you lion, but also a lion in the jungle. But you know, like when you don't trim down there and it's a jungle, he's getting a little dirty with it.
Your bitch watching me, you know it's a jungle. She like lions, not liars, nigga. I figured you'd be slow to rebuttal. She's standing there drooling and dripping. You could only be humble, just be a gentleman. And put your jacket over the puddle, you poodle.
Wow. He had a whole double the entire time, just playing off of the sexual bars. Because he's a lion, like down there, and you're lying. You were lying about what you got in terms of your packaging and shipping. You're not on that Amazon Prime. You're on that fucking, I don't even know. I wish I had a good line for that. You're just on Amazon. That's it. You're fucked. Oh, Amazon Jungle. There we go. I did it. But, so basically, when she's looking at what King Los is bringing, she's drooling a puddle. She's wet with it. Sexual innuendos playing off of that. All you can do is just be a gentleman because you don't want a lady to get wet. So you got to put your jacket over it, but also jacket. jacket scheme, like jacking it off. That is just, why is he doing this? He's mean.
In there drooling and dripping. You could only be humble, just be a gentleman. And put your jacket over the puddle. You poodle, that pun was a puzzle. I just want a Rapunzel. You know, she keep them extensions and she come with them bundles. Have fun with them double entendres. As I bet.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm having fun with the double entendres, Los. I'm gonna have to go have a lie down and some Advil after this because of what you're doing to me. Rapunzel with the long hair. She's got the extensions in her hair that come in bundles. Extensions coming in bundles in terms of how they're packaged, but also bundles as in drugs and the delivery. Extensions like extendo clips coming through with it.
You know, she keep them extensions and she come with them bundles. Have fun with them double entendres. As I beg your pardon from the nonsense that's sponsored. I'm non-responsive.
As I beg your pardon from the nonsense and sponsor, like, listen to that. Just so many flow switches in that one. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's like a drummer's sort of delivery, and that's just pushing a different tempo and
Have fun
pace.
with them double entendres. As I beg your pardon from the nonsense that's sponsored. I'm non-responsive, just armed with a conscience that's in and out dimensions like triangular shape. Isosceles flying saucers defying the laws of physics. My mind's like a luxury.
Instead of like a round spaceship, he's flying through in a triangle spaceship, defying the laws of physics, like isosceles triangles, and just 90 degrees of fucking up my life right now.
Triangular shape, isosceles flying saucers defying the laws of physics. My mind's like a luxury prison. Ain't no escaping these bars exquisite. I breathe law and speak art.
I mean, even when it sounds like he's doing a filler bar, it's not a filler. It's just literally bar after bar after bar after bar. My mind is a luxury prison, right? Talking about the bars that he's spitting, his bars are exquisite. Because if it's luxurious, it's exquisite. Synonyms that go with each other. His bars are...
My mind's like a luxury prison. Ain't no escaping these bars exquisite. I breathe law and speak art exhibits. I'm black magic like Shaq spinning off his pivot. Niggas reaching. Dog, forget it. Even that metaphor was a metaphor.
I think that might be one of my favorites.
Spinning off his pivot. Niggas reaching. Dog, forget it. Even that metaphor was a metaphor for how it's hard to get it. Y'all ridiculous.
See, I don't know where to stop. I don't know when he's stopping schemes or continuing schemes, but he carried that scheme even further. So, Black Magic off of his pivot, right? Like, it was Shaq, wasn't it? Hang on, I gotta listen to this one more time because my brain is in a fucking puddle.
I'm black magic like Shaq spinning off his pivot.
Yeah, Black Magic like Shaq spinning off his pidget. Fuck, he's fucked up my mind now. Talking about Shaq, right? Shaq used to play for the Orlando Magic before he joined LA, right? So Shaq down low in the post, spinning off of his pivot. And if he's spinning in off of his pivot, he's basically going to dunk on your ass. And when you're trying to defend his ass, you're going to be reaching. You're going to be reaching for that ball, but you can't get it because he's a beast down low. But also the Magic, I take that back to relating to Magic Johnson as well. Spinning off of his pivot could be taken off of like pivoting from the Orlando Magic, going out to LA, and then reaching in terms of you have to reach just to take the time to process and to comprehend the lyrical insanity that Los is doing to us all.
I breathe law and speak art exhibits. I'm black magic like Shaq spinning off his pivot. Niggas reaching. Dog, forget it. Even that metaphor was a metaphor for how it's hard to get it. Y'all ridiculous. Love to take facades and hype it. Like I ain't blessed with some shit I gotta guard my life with. A lot of rappers try hard to...
I gotta guard my life with. Guarding someone still playing off of the basketball scheme.
Facades and hype it. Like I ain't blessed with some shit I gotta guard my life with. A lot of rappers try hard to bite it. But they joints ain't nearly as tight as with this arthritis. My plight is...
No, he didn't just do arthritis with his hand as well. He had a visual entendre going there too. This arthritis, like what this author, A-U-T-H-O-R, but also arthritis in your joints. Their joints, like their music that they're putting out, can never match what him, the author, what he writes and what he comes up with. But also the joints wearing out on you like arthritis.
Try hard to bite it, but they joints ain't nearly as tight as with this arthritis. My plight is, if you lyrically fit, you got something from me. Even niggas I wrote for it and they send me my fucking money. Well, I ain't got a song with such and such. Right. You wonder, buddy? I'm the only one that got overlooked by his understudies. I feel disrespected to
the over to the under juxtaposition relation right there. I'm the one that got overlooked by his understudies, like the ones who came up, who I inspired, were biting off of me. They're still overlooking me. It's so true, man. Los does not get the credit he deserves. Man, when did I first hear Los? My boy Jay slid me that Los mixtape years ago, man. Well over a decade ago. even longer than that. I mean, Los has been doing it for a long time. People acting like Los is brand new to the scene. Nah, Los is, and even then, that mixtape, that was crazy lyrical back then when he was getting plays on 92Q out in Baltimore and coming up that way. Man, he's always been on this sort of just different playing field.
You wonder, buddy? I'm the only one that got overlooked by his understudies. I feel disrespected to the core of my soul. My skill been perfected, no ignoring my glow. I will lift a weapon and perform my foe. Then still raise my son without ignoring my goals. My rap.
That was just the dumbest rhyme scheme.
Song was such and such. You wonder, buddy?
Fuck.
I'm the only one that got overlooked
Check
by
this
his
out.
understudies. I feel disrespected to the core of my soul.
I feel, part 1, disrespected. Part 2, to the core of my soul. Part 3. Right? Got that. We got it? We got it. Listen.
Skill been got overlooked by his understudies. I feel disrespected to the core of my soul. My skill been perfected, no ignoring my glow.
My skill been perfected. No ignoring my goals. We're with it now, aren't we? Right? Literally rhymed the entire line on top of the entire line in terms of the amount of syllables, in terms of what rhymed. In that scheme, that was ridiculous writing. And he doesn't do it once. He doesn't do it twice. He doesn't do it 3 times. Fucking ridiculous. Listen to this.
Well, I ain't got a song with such and such. You wonder, buddy? I'm the only one that got overlooked
crazy.
by his understudies. I feel disrespected to the core of my soul. My skill been perfected, no ignoring my glow. I will lift a weapon and perform my foe. Then still raise my son without ignoring my goals. My raps perfected dreams that I see in the night.
It's crazy. And I'll still raise my son without ignoring my goals. That is a fucking bar in a bar too. As a dad, I feel that line. I can still be at the top of my game as a musician, as a rapper, still keep killing it, and still be a good dad, and still set an example and take care of my family.
Then still raise my
Let's
son
go,
without
Los.
ignoring my goals.
This is ridiculous. And did we just accidentally put on the captions? We did. We don't do captions around here. We listen to this shit.
Perfected dreams that I see in the night. So I astral project. Being, I'm a being of light. To be in this arena, I mean.
Astro project being, I'm a being of light. He's astro projecting on it.
That I see in the night, so I astral project. Being, I'm a being of light. To be in this arena, I mean just to be in this light. You might need the work ethic of a Venus and Serena, then study the sun and Jupiter while Venus in between them. My city.
Wow, so he plays off the astro projection, relating to astral, relating to the stars, and then he starts talking about planetary shit and metaphors on us. But he takes the planets, relating it to Venus and Serena Williams, 2 of the greatest tennis players of all times, and their crazy ass work ethic that they have. And then he goes into the, Jupiter to Venus bars.
Work ethic of a Venus and Serena, then study the sun and Jupiter while Venus in between them.
Then study the sun and Jupiter while Venus in between them. That's crazy. Because Venus is in between the sun and Jupiter. The sun and Jupiter, well, Venus in between. Jupiter's son was Vulcan. This is Roman mythology here. Vulcan was married to Venus. Holy shit. Well, Venus in between them. The sun and Jupiter. Jupiter's son. Venus in between them because Venus was married to Jupiter's son, Vulcan. Wow, he took that to a whole nother fucking level. And I'm pretty sure there was a planet named Vulcan at one point in time that was thought to exist between Mercury and the sun. That just happened.
Need the work ethic of a Venus and Serena, then study the sun and Jupiter while Venus in between them. My city full of hustlers, you seen the demeanor. 88 dope boy, clean in the beamer. But it's deeper than a 4-finger ring in his beeper. When his mama was a crackhead that thinks she was a diva, and his daddy was a hothead for the cream with a fever. You just
Daddy was a hothead for the cream with the fever. Aim with an eat it. You hear how he's pulling through on that scheme right now. And then we just go from like crazy astrophysicist bars into just talking about his conditions and the situations that he saw. And then mama being a crack whore, wishing that she was a diva. And then just talking about his situation. Like, he's so intellectual, but at the same time, he's still tuned in to the streets and to empowering his community and painting pictures for us of, yeah, where he's from. I mean, it's just how he dies from here to here to here to here to... I'm out of words, man.
Was a crackhead that thinks he was a diva, and his daddy was a hothead for the cream with a fever. You just trying to live life. Nobody gets your plight. But you on teams with the Reaper. The bitter consequences seem sweeter and sweeter. To be an achiever, duck 3 from the heater. Plus the prison population got the streets in the sleeper. But you a smooth criminal. You can make that quarter flipping off one hit. You could turn a king to a leaner. Well, my cousin made 6.
Oh my God. You on teams with the Reaper. Like, who's on your team? Death is on your team. He's talking about the violence and the situation that he's had to come through.
You can make that quarter flipping off.
And then he's got just crazy prison system bars right here.
Prison population got the streets in the sleeper, but you a smooth criminal.
Prison population got the streets in the sleeper. Yeah, because I mean, this has been going on, especially the war on drugs, and then the laws that were put in place, and then the amount of time that you have to serve. And it's like, in a lot of these areas, you're set up, basically. The second that you get caught, going to jail, and then there is no reform. There's a very good chance that you go to jail, you're going to go back to jail. And then you're going to go back again. And it's just like a vicious cycle. And, you know, prison populations being overcrowded. And then we could get into the theories of the funding of prison systems and how they want them to be full and how it contributes economically in a certain way. And it's not about reform. It's just about putting them back into prison. And these are things that Los has definitely spoken on before. So he's taking some of these more complex thoughts and bars and he's flipping it again on the situations that he's seeing. And then he's got this crazy Michael Jackson metaphor thrown in there too, playing off of the Smooth Criminal, right? Michael Jackson, his hit song, Smooth Criminal. Criminals, judicial system. Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal. And then what was it? Hold up.
With the Reaper, the bitter consequences seem sweeter and sweeter. To be an achiever, duck 3 from the heater. Plus the prison population got the streets in the sleeper. But you a smooth criminal. You can make that quarter flipping off one hit. You could turn a king to...
You can make that quarter flipping off of one hit. So you can make that quarter, like a quarter in terms of measurement, right? Drugs quarter. Quarter is in a bid, 25 years. Quarter, I also take court, like quarter, playing off of court because he's got all this prison schemes. And then you can...
But you a smooth criminal. You can make that quarter flipping off one hit. You could turn a king to a leaner.
King to a leaner. King, as in Michael Jackson, but also King Los too. You could turn him to a leaner. Because a king, someone at the top, could be a leaner. Michael Jackson, his leaner move, one of his famous moves in Smooth Criminal. I mean, one hit off of this. Michael Jackson's one hit could turn him into a king. But also like one hit of the gun could turn you and leave you slumped over, leave you leaning. The complexity to this man is just... it's crazy.
Smooth criminal. You can make that quarter flipping off one hit. You could turn a king to a leaner. Well, my cousin made 60 million and couldn't quit. It's a thin line between a fucking fiend and a dreamer, nigga. Woo.
Between a fiend and a dreamer. Me being the dreamer. My cousin made all this money off of dealing drugs, but the problem was that he broke the golden rule. He did his own product, and he still couldn't quit, even though he had all this money. So what does it matter in the end? There's a difference, and it's a very fine line between one way, King Los dreaming about the riches that he wants and getting it, but also relating to just falling down from the addiction and the drugs that you're dealing with.
And couldn't quit. It's a thin line between a fucking fiend and a dreamer, nigga.
Oh,
wow.
Hold on.
King Los.
I want this to keep going, bro.
Can we do one more?
Oh, he's sipping the green juice. He's about to Hulk up right now.
We cannot let you leave without touching this beat.
Oh, the jacket's coming off.
King Los is here. The green juice is here.
Highly professional, widely respectable mind and vision. Cosmic, celestial, extraterrestrial rhyme encryption.
Extraterrestrial rhyme encryption. He is an alien. Just everything he's doing. The way that he bends words, man. It's just complex schemes.
Vision. Cosmic, celestial, extraterrestrial.
Cosmic, celestial, extraterrestrial.
Rhyme encryption, intergalactic, perpetual, cognitive, sonic rhythm of a verbal god constructing astonishing composition, man.
A verbal god constructing astonishing composition. I mean, that's poetry. That's rap via the form of poetry, man. That's just intellectually brilliant. It's smooth. It's beautiful. It's well versed. It's well written. I mean,
Cognitive sonic rhythm of a verbal god constructing astonishing composition. Man, my competition ceased to impress me. I need challenge. And mumble rappers only exist because I need balance. When I seek malice, revenge.
We got like the fucking force going on right now. He needs mumble rap to balance out just his crazy lyricism that he's doing. I love that bar.
And mumble rappers only exist because I need balance. When I seek malice, revenge reeks of a sweet foulness. I defeat cowards. Remove your shoes at the Sheik's palace. I rebalance the solar system.
Remove your shoes at the Sheik's palace. That's a very clever way of just swagging on him. You know, bragging about his wealth and what he has. And just saying, pay homage. Show respect when you're coming into my building, when you're dealing with me. Remove your shoes when visiting the Sheik.
I defeat cowards. Remove your shoes at the Sheik's palace. I rebalance the solar system with chakra energy. The binary code in my carbon causes divinity and a glow in me.
Binary code in my carbon, because we're all consisted of carbon, right? When you break us down in our atomic structure, but then his binary code, like he's like a computer algorithm in human form. It's just not fair what he's doing.
Energy. The binary code in my carbon causes divinity and a glow in me. But I can't even grow in peace. These fake conscious niggas vibrating too low for me. Why's what you throw to me? Boy, ain't no hoe in me. I crack his with
too low for me. Even if you're conscious rappers still can't touch him. Because he's just on a different playing field altogether. Wow. I mean, it's easy to talk your shit about the mumble rappers, right? When you're a lyrical rapper. It's another thing to start talking your shit about your fellow peers and conscious rappers.
Breaking too low for me. Why's what you throw to me? Boy, ain't no hoe in me. I crack his with this KC and it ain't Jodeci. Niggas best see me over.
KC was a member of Jodeci. Crackheads. These crackheads in the streets, like addicted to cocaine crackheads, he's cracking heads with this K, like this AK, KC, this KC it, do you see it? Ain't Jodeci, KC, it ain't sing. We ain't singing right now. We're talking about real shit. Oh. Didn't even notice my camera died. Right back. Sorry guys, camera died, but we are back with the destruction of Knox's brain. Let's continue.
Code in my carbon causes divinity and a glow in me. But I can't even grow in peace. These fake conscious niggas vibrating too low for me. Why's what you throw to me? Boy, ain't no hoe in me. I crack his with this KC and it ain't Jodeci. Niggas better see me over. Can't nobody oversee me. I fry that nigga egg.
Better see me over. Can't nobody oversee me. The way that he just flips words, man.
Jodeci. Niggas better see me over. Can't nobody oversee me. I fry that nigga egg. You think he getting over easy? I'm a mix of over easy. Andre.
How you like your eggs? I like mine over easy. You can't get over easy on him.
I fry that nigga egg. You think he getting over?
Fry his egg. Hit you in your dome. Hit you in your egg. Basically frying eggs. Oh, come on.
Better see me over. Can't nobody oversee me. I fry that nigga egg. You think he getting over easy? I'm a mix of over easy. Andre, Biggie, Flows, and Yeezy. Pac and Pun, Big L and Jeezy. Pimp C, Juicy, Gucci, Easy. 2 Live Crew infused.
Wow, so many greats that he's paying homage to right now. I love it.
Biggie, Flows, and Yeezy. Pac and Pun, Big L and Jeezy. Pimp C, Juicy, Gucci, Easy. 2 Live Crew infused with Stevie. Wonder how they view me, see me. Rick James, James Brown.
Stevie, infused with Stevie. Wonder how. Stevie Wonder just thrown in there.
Gucci, Easy. 2 Live Crew infused with Stevie. Wonder how they view me, see me. Rick James, James Brown, MJ Breezy. SNOOP for Sheezy. 8-ball, MJ, GODB, DOB, or CMC. DMXC, PMD.
Wow, just naming so many great names. We had Snoop in there. We had Big L. We had Pun. I mean, just I can't even process what he's doing, because he's just taking literally all these greats right through the years, but the way that he's setting up the flow and the scheme and making it all rhyme and connect, man. Wow.
Live Crew infused with Stevie. Wonder how they view me, see me. Rick James, James Brown, MJ Breezy. SNOOP for Sheezy. 8-ball, MJ, GODB, DOB, or CMC.
This is good.
DMXC, PMD. Master P and CMB. The GME.
DMX, EPMD, Master P. Come on.
Or CMC. DMXC, PMD. Master P and CMB. The GME. The mans that you fit me with them. But in the scope of things, I'm way more 50 than M. They took my hopes and dreams and turned me.
Can we do a part 2 tomorrow or something? In the scope of things, I'm way more 50 than M. Than M as in them, but 50 and Eminem. Signed to Interscope Records. Pretty sure Los was signed to Interscope at one point in time. But in the scope, in the scope of things, like the grand scheme of things, but also literally like putting it in the scope. Because if you look at Eminem's background versus 50 Cent's background, 50 Cent definitely has more of a proximity and proclivity to violence. If he gets you in the scope, who's more likely to pull it in the scope of things? 50 Cent. Los is saying basically, yeah, I could take the route of Eminem, and we know my lyrical ability and what I'm doing, but listen to what I'm talking about in the street shit that I'm speaking on. Really, in the scope of things, I know what I represent and the type of personality that I am down to my core. That's a bar and a half.
EMD, Master P and CMB, the G and me, demands that you fit me with them. But in the scope of things, I'm way more 50 than M. They took my hopes and dreams and turned me to a savage. 21, Tony Montana.
21 Savage.
She called me Poppy, I whipped the Bugatti. She ride the ditters like it's a Ducati. She do some cardio, listen to Cardi, then turn on some Nicki and switch to a Bobby. Then she thinks she Lola, she vegan, do yoga, then roll us a blunt and we listen to Molly.
What is it? What is it? We got Cardi B switched up to a Barbie. Cardi B dressing like a bar. Come on.
Gripping my shotty. She called me Poppy.
I'm gripping my shotty, gripping my shotgun, but my shotty, like my girl.
The Bugatti. She ride the ditters like it's a Ducati. She do some cardio, listen to Cardi, then turn on some Nicki and switch to a Bobby. Then she thinks she Lola, she vegan, do yoga, then roll us a blunt and we listen.
She vegan, do yoga, then
Cardio,
roll up.
Listen to Cardi, then turn on some Nicki and switch to a Bobby. Then she thinks she Lola, she vegan, do yoga, then roll us a blunt and we listen to Molly. Body call.
And roll up the blunt. We listen to Marley. She's vegan because we're rolling that green. Come on.
Turn on some Nicki and switch to a Bobby. Then she thinks she Lola, she vegan, do yoga, then roll us a blunt and we listen to Molly. Body call homicide. This is the body. I throw dick in the body just to kick it. Digging.
About to call homicide. This is the body leaving bodies, but also check out her body.
We listen to Molly. Body call homicide. This is the body. I throw dick in the body just to kick it. Dick in the body just to kick it with me. A bitch do karate. Like, yo, to this world, I'm a star. You ain't thorough. You ain't thorough. You a girl. You a broad. I got a glick. It got a stick. I got a burrow. I got a rod. If nerds looking for beef like Harold and Kumar. Yeah. I'm from a block with a methamphetamine.
How did he just do that? How did he just... Nerds got a beef. If you nerds want to beef with me, but also nerds, because Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. They tried to find the infamous White Castle in New Jersey and go get burgers from White Castle. Do you think White Castle burgers are good? Because I feel like they're overrated. Unless you're just totally either high out your mind or just wasted. You don't have the same appreciation for it. Maybe that's a story for another day. That line was fucking ridiculous.
Looking for beef like Harold and Kumar. Yeah. I'm from a block with a
you can't even finish it. It's too good.
And the crooked jujitsu system. Kumar. Yeah. I'm from a block where the methamphetamines move, and the crooked jujitsu systems never let the kings rule. Where history falsified and
wow, where the methamphetamines move. And yeah, he's talking on Baltimore, man. He's talking on the situations and the crooked judicial systems. And we talked about the war on drugs and how, you get caught in possession of anything and just the sentences that you have to serve and how long you have to serve it for. And there is no reform. There is no forgiveness into that system. It is a cold, calculated system that puts a lot in jail.
And the crooked judicial systems never let the kings rule. Where history falsified and taught in every school to disconnect you from your culture like everything cool. See what having low self-esteem do? Got you praising the lineage of oppressors with recessive gene pools. Ooh, I guess from that perspective.
I got some recessive genes. I got the blue eyes, right? Blonde hair, recessive genes. Right? Get it? The oppressive bars, but you would figure it's ironic that someone who is oppressing you has such recessive genes. Because if you look at dominant genes, like brown eyes, darker skin is more dominant, right? Why aren't we dominant? Look at the irony within the system and the way that things have been set up and created. Los has totally changed gears now. Now he's really talking some conscious shit. Wow.
Lineage of oppressors with recessive gene pools. Ooh. I guess
a bar and a half.
You praising the lineage of oppressors with recessive gene pools. Ooh, I guess from that perspective we are foes. I mean, you niggas was accepted, we was chose. If you don't postulate what I aesthetically propose, and we don't vibrate, that means we diametrically oppose. Yo, I hope
we diametrically oppose. If you ain't rocking with the message and what I'm bringing to the table right now, the knowledge that he is dropping.
And we don't vibrate, that means we diametrically oppose.
Love the way he puts that.
I I hope this message electrifies. The European be leveraging privilege through ethnic bias. If you ain't do no scholarship on this, don't dare speak. This that ether that's gonna separate leaders from mere sheep. It's like whipping on a...
Gonna separate leaders from mere sheep. If you ain't done scholarship on this, if you haven't dove into this, don't speak on it. Don't give your opinion on it. If you don't know the facts of the way things were set up and how the system has been put into place, how race was constructed to divide us, how slavery happened, how the principles were formed, how Africa as a nation, literally Europeans had a meeting and just sat down, had a map of Africa and just divided that shit up like a pie. They didn't care about who connected to who. They created, division amongst people, put tribes who had been at war for years within the same countries that were never together, just imaginated. Yeah, now I'm constructing words today. Just everything was a construction. And it was all based on principles of divide and conquer. And they didn't care for the cultural and ethnic backgrounds of the people within Africa and the way that they set up the system. And you still see a lot of those roots and a lot of that conflict as a result of what they did today. Now I'm speaking on some shit. That's Knox Hill in African politics, but maybe another day for that. Let's keep rolling.
The European be leveraging privilege through ethnic bias. If you ain't do no scholarship on this, don't dare speak. This that ether that's gonna separate leaders from mere sheep. It's like whipping on the back of a slave with bare feet when historically black college universities pledge Greek. It just
playing off of the European bars, right? And then the ethnic bias. So I love how Los points out sort of a contradiction there. And you look at even the way that the system is set up, even in black colleges, right? You go to Howard down the street and they still have fraternities, right? Pledging Greek, pledging to a fraternity. Why are we pledging Greek? Why are we pledging Greek? Playing off of the European bars and the oppression of slavery, and it's how it originated. That is a clever fucking line.
When historically black college universities pledge Greek, it just isn't in.
And see again how he says that and his look and how he just pauses. And again, just a master with the delivery and just letting things sink in, letting you try to digest and process a little bit of what he's just done.
Black college universities pledge Greek. It just isn't in your favor. It's some sick, twisted, sadistic, ritualistic nature.
It's some sick, twisted, ritualistic. Hang on.
It just isn't in your favor. It's some sick, twisted, sadistic, ritualistic.
Sick, twisted, ritualistic, sadistic. Wow, that little scheme right there, I like.
Look, you think it's odd they slaved you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you? 400 years.
Hold up, did he lose his mic? He did. I saw that light go off on his mic.
You think
Watch
it's
this.
odd they slaved you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you? 400.
Look at that. See? The mic goes out right there. And they reach out to try to help him and fix it.
Hold up. Yeah, hold up. Look.
And then he just gets right back into it. I like it.
You think it's odd they slave you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you?
You think it's odd they slave you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you?
You think it's odd they slave you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you? 400 years later, and you hardly stable, and you turn around and beg that same God to save you. Look, word to the sunrise.
That's good. What a great flip on that. Now you turn around to that same God, because they, slaves weren't practicing Christianity at first. They didn't know Christianity. Christianity was forced upon them. And now all of a sudden, look at years later, now you turn around to that God that they gave you, talking about saving yourself, right? But were they really saved by God? Were they serving that God when they enslaved another human being and treated you the way that they did? Wow, that is one hell of a flip. Like, even religion is a part of a system that you were given, not something that you took power of and empowered and created on your own. The religion that you now practice years later is a result still of everything that went on in history.
Beg that same God to save.
That's good.
Look, word to the sunrise. Homie, save yourself. Everything else, get a thumb drive. The young lives of...
That might be my favorite bar. There's so many good bars from this. I'm going to have to go back and re-listen to this all over again. Save yourself. And for the rest, get a thumb drive. When you save something on a thumb drive, but also saving yourself, playing off the Christianity, like saving yourself, save your mind, word to the sunrise, the sun coming up. That's ridiculous.
To the sunrise. Homie, save yourself. Everything else, get a thumb drive. The young lives of black queens lost, misplaced, who've been raped, beaten, indoctrinated, and disgraced. We've been wet, shackled, and mutilated, put through degradation, disrespectfully viewed and hated. I mean truly flagrant, treated like shit in this fucking nation. Then in 1850, slaveholders came with this publication called How to Make the Ideal Slave. Now dig the vision. Rule number 1 was unconditional submission.
Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. This is true. This was a publication, How to Make the Ideal Slave. And it was about how you control slaves and how you make sure they are subservient to you. Wow. He's preaching. He's preaching. I mean, this freestyle is just taking a total turn here on the back end. And he's really injecting some more of, to me, what I think really makes Los so powerful. It's not like the wordplay and the doubles and the triples. It's when he starts talking on shit like this, because he's very well informed and he's very good at taking complex ideas and flipping them into song structure and into rhyme schemes. And this right here, talk your shit, Los.
Ideal slave. Now dig the vision. Rule number 1 was unconditional submission. Keep them in place with authority, because rule number 2 was create inferiority. And Ye said that slavery was a choice, but let's be real clear. Rule 3 was take away their voice and instill fear. And hell yeah, I could see the passion in your eyes. I admire your perseverance for your fashion and your grind. But rule number 4 is why that hat was our demise. You keep the slave interested in the master's enterprise. Because rule number...
Wow. He's going off on Kanye a little bit, but he did do it respectfully. Listen, I respect your fashion. I respect your grind, but you're talking about, because Kanye went on, it was TMZ, wasn't it? He was talking about slavery was a choice. And he did later apologize for it, but he said slavery was a choice. And then this is at the time when Kanye's supporting Trump, and he's wearing the Make America Great Again hat. So that is all talking to Kanye and flipping that scheme right there.
Our demise. You keep the slave interested in the master's enterprise.
You keep the slaves interested in the master's enterprise. What you're representing on your hat there, you're still years later in a roundabout way supporting the slave masters and the system that was set up to oppress blacks. Wow.
It's why that hat was our demise. You keep the slave interested in the master's enterprise. Because rule number 5 was the province of education, information, recreation. Look. You listening to me? Teacher.
Wow. I mean, because when you're deprived of education, to me, there's nothing worse than that. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, people.
Look. You listening to me?
Teach them. We listening. Teach
to the
them.
province of information. That's a psychological prison. Niggas have yet to come out because of slaves caught you. Man, hold up. That's a psychological prison. Niggas have yet to come out. If the slave master caught you learning, they cut your tongue out.
Oof.
Y'all hear me?
Yes. Yes.
We hear you.
If the slave master caught you learning, they cut your tongue out. Then segregation 100 years was so thorough. No wonder so many kids on drugs in this cold world. Nigga, shout out J. Cole.
Wow. And he just, what a great setup. What a great setup right there. Talking about Kids on Drugs, which is a J. Cole album. Cold World. Shout out to J. Cole. He just says right there. But also with all these kids on drugs, it's such a cold world. No wonder. Because listen to how things were set into place and set into motion. You could say, well, yeah, slavery doesn't exist today. A lot of these things don't exist today. But what Los is saying is that we still need to appreciate history because it results in why we have such issues that we have today. Segregation sets up the misinformation, the lack of education lines, the lack of knowledge. If you don't instill that power and that knowledge, because after slavery, we're like, yeah, slavery ended many years ago, but there was a different type of slavery. This time it was a slavery of the mind in terms of limiting what blacks were taught, limiting what they learned, and then changing up the system and how they were raised. And then all of a sudden they come through in these communities where their education is not the same. Their opportunities are not the same. It's very crime filled. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of different influences that white suburban kids don't have to go through. And are we surprised that they end up on drugs, that they end up dealing with the things that they deal with? And look at how things were set into place. I mean, even Baltimore is a good example. Put a fucking highway through Baltimore to separate the nice side of town from the not so nice side of town. I mean, that is systematic oppression in a different sense right then and there.
Kids on drugs in this cold world. Nigga, shout out J. Cole.
That's a bar, man.
Mind blown.
Look, hold up. I go off the top with an hour bill. I am just incredible. I'm a vegan with sour milk. All right, I quit.
He's even shouting out sour milk. Vegan to the milk with sour milk. Come on. Vegans ain't having that milk.
This ain't fair,
I
man.
don't even know.
It's not fair.
I don't know how any rappers can go after that. That's Freestyle 95. I'm glad we did
Wow.
it before.
Wow. That's all I can say, man. All I can say is wow. Listen, this video is going to be long enough as it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. I'm going to go lie down and try to get rid of this headache. King Los, you're a beast, man. You are Knox Hill certified. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.